Hey everybody, just wanted to do a quick video. Want to welcome you to Awaken 2022, and we can't even tell you how grateful we are that you guys made it out here. Kayla is so excited to have a lot of the team under her come up and be able to just meet everybody. And I'm sure you're seeing now the massive big picture Optavia really is. Meet as many people as you possibly can. Just rub shoulders with people. Let them know where you're from and who your coach is and who your upper levels are. And you're going to find that these people they're just great people. They're from all over the country and they all come from different backgrounds, and you can really learn quite a bit from them. Take lots of notes and shake lots of hands. And I don't want to be too long because I don't know what Kayla's time frame is, but I just wanted to speak a little bit on what it takes to really grow a good business and what it takes to turn that good business into a great business. So a couple characteristics that I want to talk about, just two of them, I don't have a lot of time, is devotion and sacrifice. Okay. When I talk about devotion, you've really got to be devoted to what you're doing, to what you're focusing on. If you're half-hearted with it, it's not going to work. Just like if you're planting a seed, you've got to be devoted to put that seed into the ground, the right depth, whatever that you're planting, and you got to make sure you have the right amount of water, sunlight, yada, 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 right? I'm not really a gardener. I want to be, but or whether it's with a relationship with your spouse, you've got to be devoted to that person. So in the book, in this book, sorry, I had a brain fart for a minute. Take the Stairs. This book has ruined all other books for me. All 7 of them. This is definitely one of my favorite books ever. This guy is an incredible speaker. He actually took second in the world for being the greatest speaker. And every page is just like a quote you want to put on your wall. Anyway, so in this book, it talks about a young man who's he's in the bathroom, he's at a urinal, and somehow some cash fell out of his pocket or his shirt, I don't know, but it landed in the urinal. It was a $5 bill. And when he's finished, he's like, oh my gosh, what do I do with that? And as he's zipping up or whatever, his buddy walks in and he looks at him and he's like, that's quite the predicament. What are you going to do? And so this guy, we'll call him Bob pulls out his wallet, takes out a $50 bill, drops it in the urinal. And his other buddy, Dave, we'll call him Dave, he's like, what are you doing? That was $50. What's the matter with you? And then Bob looks at him, he's like, you didn't think I'd stick my hand in there for just $5, did you? So the moral of that story is he was devoted. He made that commitment, and I think it's disgusting, but it's a funny story. You understand it. He made the commitment to go in there, and he was devoted to getting his $55 back, right? Funny story. So I'm just looking at my notes. Sorry. The next thing I want to talk about is sacrifice. Years ago, when I went through school, I became an X-ray technologist, a radiologic technologist, and we traveled all over for work and school. We ended up in Utah, and I worked there for about a year and a half at Intermountain Healthcare in their Instacare division. And then we made our way up to Idaho, and I worked for a major trauma center. When I say sacrifice, I mean we spent 5 years in school. We spent all that time traveling around and going through some really hard times working for healthcare. So I said, screw it. I'm going to start my own business. And a little bit more background. My job at the hospital, the trauma center, was being threatened all the time. Another story. So I said, screw it, let's just start our own business. And we did. We took some more loans out, which I don't like, but we did it. And we took something I knew 100% nothing about, carpet cleaning, and we turned it into a really profitable business here in East Idaho. And I'm telling you, I was working 60-hour weeks every weekend, no holidays. I take birthdays off or Christmas, but that's it. Summertime was, I mean, you're working from sunup to sundown. You're doing house, and then you've got 4 to 5 apartments to do right after. And I did this all by myself. When I say by myself, I mean I didn't have any staff helping me out. And our business really grew. Anyway, we just sold it, made a great profit off of it, and now Kayla and I are devoted to sacrifice, and we're devoted to helping you guys grow your business. Another story from Taking the Stairs, he talks about the buffalo effect. And a lot of you are from small towns or Texas or Iowa. We're from Idaho, and there's lots of cattle around here. That's just kind of a big thing. And we all know cattle are stupid. And we live really close to Yellowstone National Park. And Yellowstone National Park is loaded with thousands of bison, buffalo. They may look similar, but they are not at all. Bison, there's a reason why they've been around for tens of thousands of years, is because they're smart, they're devoted. They know how to make sacrifice. So the analogy behind the buffalo effect is when cattle, when they're grazing and a storm is approaching from the west, these cattle tend to run the same direction, trying to get away from it, right? Which in reality, when they're running away from it, let's say this is the cattle, when they're running away from the storm, they're running with the storm, which means they're in the storm for a longer period of time, which if you turn that around to our lifestyle, when we're avoiding what we don't want to do, whether it's reaching back to a client or making those posts on Facebook or the social media aspect, when we're avoiding that, we're actually avoiding, we're taking that avoidance and we're making it longer by staying in the storm. Now, we turn that around to the bison. When a storm is approaching from the west and the bison sense that, they will run through the storm, okay? Rain, 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 down, down, down. Here comes the buffalo. They run against the storm, okay? They're taking it head on. And the analogy of head on, we know, is to just go for it. And as the buffalo are passing through the storm, they go through the trial of the storm, but at a much quicker pace because they're running the opposite direction. So I want to say to you that when we have to make these posts, when we have to reach out to 50, 60 messages on the messenger, these are important because it makes your business grow. If you ignore them, you are ignoring your client, you're ignoring potential clients, and it's not good. That's not how it's going to grow. Procrastination does not work, and taking the storm head on is what we need to do. I hope that came across well. This is one of my favorite books ever. I hope you guys get a chance to look it over. And love you guys. Take care.